Hey there, podcast lovers. Are you enjoying our episodes and want to help keep the magic going? We need your support. Head over to Buy Me a Coffee and make a small donation to support our show. Your contributions help us create more amazing content, bring in exciting guests, and improve the overall podcast experience. Every little bit helps, and by donating, you become a vital part of our podcast family. Plus, we have some exclusive perks and shout-outs for our generous supporters. With your support, we can continue delivering the content you love. So if you're enjoying the show, consider buying us a coffee today. Visit buymeacoffee.com/talktomemichele and show your support. Thanks for helping us keep the show running.
Talk to me, Michele. On the street lights on the corner. City vibes got a story. Feel the beat, don't ignore me.
Welcome back, it's me, Talk to Michele. I'm your host, Michele, and I am back with another episode. Everybody, thank you guys for tuning in, subscribing, liking, and sharing. And make sure you guys go visit me on buymeacoffee.com/talk-to-me-Michele. Merchandise is over there. I've got exclusive feeds and heads up on stuff that's coming up. So head over there and check everything out. So I hope everybody's doing well. I am a little better rested. Lord. That hurricane was just, I don't know what, because I was listening to the last bonus episode I put up about the hurricane. And I was just like, dude, I sound tired as hell. I'm sorry for that, y'all. I was just trying to get that out because I was hot and I was pissed. I was just not happy. So I'm just glad I've gotten a little bit of my energy back. It's really hard to shake the aftermath off. I'm not going to lie, because I'm still seeing people going through stuff. And even though we are blessed with our power back on, thank you, Lord, it's just like, Lord, am I ever going to get back into the swing of sleep and everything else? So thanks, guys, for you guys checking in. But we're going to go ahead and get into what we're talking about today on this episode, which is dating etiquette, navigating online dating. So now, in this episode, we're diving into the world of online dating, exploring how it's been revolutionized. You know, the way people are meeting, how they're forming relationships. It's a convenience of swiping right or swiping left, to see what is matched with you. And online dating has transformed traditional courtships into a digital experience. I'm not talking about no hologram. I'm just talking about, hey, I am meeting somebody online. I may meet a few people online. And these are prospects possible for companionship. So we're going to discuss the benefits and the challenges of finding love in the digital age and how technology has expanded our dating horizons. The social dynamics have shifted for real. Whether you're a seasoned online dater or you're just curious about entering the scene, this episode is going to provide insights into the ever-evolving landscape of modern romance. Modern online dating is so changed up the game out here. Traditional dating, you had to meet somebody in person and you had to get to know them, or you would meet them through people you guys knew. But now we got online dating. So it's revolutionized traditional dating landscape for a lot of people in several different ways. One thing about online dating is accessibility and convenience. Online dating platforms, they provide this vast pool of potential people that could be a potential match for you. You want to meet somebody, yes, but do you have time to physically go out and meet different people, different events, and spend different amounts of money just to see if you bump into somebody that you like? So that's one convenience about online dating. It also offers speed and efficiency. The process of finding a match is much faster online. You go through profiles, you're looking at these photos, and you may end up messaging a few of your prospects. They are allowing us to connect quickly to see if we're compatible. We can initiate conversations without the time-consuming steps of traditional dating. You also get diverse options online. It caters to a wide range of preferred demographics, niches, specific interests, religions, lifestyles. You got all kinds of things on why people want to base their dating off some things that they find interesting. And the diversity helps individuals find partners who share similar values and goals. So it does narrow it down a little bit better for you because in person, you got to, get to know them a little bit better before you find all this out. Enhanced communication. Online dating often begins with these interactions we have online. They allow people to get to know each other before meeting them in person. That can be a plus because sometimes you can meet a person that you might find attractive in person and they're an asshole. So you can find that out online without wasting any gas and makeup. So getting to know somebody online, you know up front if you actually want to take it offline. Changing the social norms. There was once this stigma around online dating. It was, a big voodoo type of thing. Like nobody you would ever meet online would be compatible because you didn't meet them in person. But now it's different. It's really decreased the stigma on online dating. It was, never accepted at one point, but now it's widely accepted. It's normalized. It's, a normal way to meet potential partners. And the shift has broadened the dating pool and created these new opportunities for new connections. Safety and amenity. Now, this is offering a level of amenity and safety traditional dating does not. You can control the information that you share. Just take the precautions before meeting somebody in person. It's like a resume that's digital up front and you get to read over the credentials. Data-driven matching. Many dating platforms, they mainly use algorithms and data analysis. This is how they suggest compatible matches based on your preferences, your behavior, and your interactions, increasing the chance of finding somebody that might be suitable for you. So whatever you click on, it's just like when you go on Instagram. I hate Instagram sometimes because if I go shopping, even if I'm incognito, the window they ain't supposed to see shit, if I go back on Instagram after I've been on a website, it's all in my feed. Same thing with dating sites. Whatever you start liking, they try to throw more of that in your face. So these changes have made dating a little bit more accessible, effective, and diverse. It's transforming how people find and connect with potential partners in this digital age. So why is this topic relevant today? Well, because number one, I find it relevant. But it's relevant because online dating has become a big part of how modern relationships form. It influences how people meet, how they interact, and how they form these connections. And we're doing this more and more in this digital world. I'm telling you, you meet more people online than you meet them in person. Understanding dating profile etiquette can, be a significant way that you can improve your chances of finding a meaningful and safe relationship online. Now, has there been any real romance when it comes to online dating? We all hope there is. Because there are stories that you hear about people who met online. I mean, one person shared that they met their partner on a dating app and now they're happily married. So that's one success story. Another individual recounted how online dating allowed them to connect with someone in a different city. So it led to a long distance relationship. They eventually relocated and now they have a very lasting partnership. It's a common theme among many people who use dating apps is for the convenience and the efficiency of dating online. It enables people to meet more potential partners in a shorter amount of time compared to traditional dating. The evolution of online dating began in the 90s. This was the launch of websites like Match.com. And that's where you would go over there, create a profile, and you would search what they had to choose from for a potential partner. Now, as internet access has expanded, the platforms, like in the early 2000s, you saw more specialized dating sites coming out. Now, the 2000s saw more introductions of specialized dating sites catering to specific demographics and interests. They even had a site called Ashley Madison. I know you guys have heard of this website. This is a website devoted to people who are married who want to step out. Yeah, men and women are on there. So that's just an example. I'm not recommending, I'm just saying, but that's an example of these niche dating sites. And now that we got smartphones in the mix, man, look. Now with smartphones that, developed the early 2000s, they revolutionized dating apps. This was specifically created for your phone. So you got Tinder, you got Bumble, and they introduced the swipe feature. It made it quicker for you to go back and forth. And my thing about the swipe feature is so funny because you could swipe left if you're not interested, swipe right if you are. So this is like, finding a partner on the go. And it's become so mainstream now. There's so many damn apps. So many freaking websites. They got everything. If you want to date a specific age range, if you just want to date blondes, if you want to date, just anything. But only thing I don't like about this advancement in technology, because you got all this AI driven algorithm. That's enhanced matching accuracy. That could be a plus, but then again, it can't be a plus, because I see so many different images that are made with AI and it looks real. And I'm like, wait a minute, what in the world's going on here? So that's a little leery I have about that being inputted in dating apps, but we'll see how that works out. So let's compare traditional dating versus online dating, because there's a big difference but similarities at the same time. Now, with traditional dating, you can always meet somebody at a venue. It typically involves meeting people at, social events, mutual friends, family members, workplaces. So you are going to meet people in person with those type of connections. First impressions. Now, based heavily on physical presence, body language, and immediate social interaction. Because I know when I meet somebody, yes, am I attracted to them? Yes. Do they breath stink? Do they have eye boogers? Are they clothes stained and wrinkled? I'm looking at all this because that's my first impression of you. So if you want to, have a good first impression, you want to take care of some of those minor issues before you start trying to look for somebody. And please have good social skills. Open your mouth, say hello, how you doing? We good. As long as you can talk and respond, that's a good plus. Communication. Traditional dating offers that face-to-face. You have more of an organic bond. And you can have spontaneous conversations, because in the same room, if you guys find the same thing funny, it could just go from that point on. Speed and scope. Traditional dating, you are limited because you're limited geographically, your social circles, your professional circles. So it can make the process a little bit slower on meeting new people. Privacy and safety. This is a natural way you're building trust through gradual in-person interaction. So you can, what I call a vibe. Like if I meet somebody and they're, making me feel safe. Okay, I'm getting a good vibe off this person. That's what I'm talking about. Now, when it comes to online dating, let's do the comparison about meeting. Like meeting venues, they're facilitated through various apps and websites. You're just all in the same room digitally. It's allowing people to connect with other people beyond their immediate environment. Also, first impressions. Now, based on your online profile, your photo, what type of bio you have, it can sometimes, be misleading, because you're online. You don't meet this person in person to make up your own mind. You're only going by their digital profile. So you got to be leery of that. Communication. You're starting with digital communication. You're writing each other messages. You're doing chats. So you can actually get a little bit more of a better feel for the person. Speed and scope online. That's, vastly expanded reach. It enables faster connections with a larger pool of potential partners in different locations. So you're not limited to a certain space or a social circle. Privacy and safety. You have some type of level of safety that you can control. It also poses risks such as scams and misrepresentation, but like I said, you have to look for red flags that we'll get into later on. But overall, online dating offers more of a convenience, wider range of options, and while traditional dating, provides more organic and immediate way to feel connected and build relationships, you have to go with what you're more comfortable with. Online dating has become so mainstream due to the widespread of the availability. Everybody got internet access. You're on your phones, you're on your tablets, you're on your laptops. It just makes looking for people a lot easier to connect digitally. The development of these user-friendly apps like, Tinder and Bumble, they were both introduced to, give us convenient features like swiping. It may not sound polite, but, if you could just get on the app and see something you like, you could swipe a certain way. You don't like them, swipe the other way. It's popularized on online dating. And it also is changing social attitudes that, people did not want to meet other people online. It was such a stigma about online dating and being around partners online. So it's now so widely accepted. It's a common method nowadays for finding a relationship. As a result, online dating is now a normal part of modern social life. It's a significant portion of how people meet, including dating. All right, so you found the website you want to set up your dating profile on. And you're going to have to do your profile, and you want to make sure you have a good interaction with whoever you're going to deal with. So let's go over the do's and the don'ts of your dating profile. First and foremost, please use clear, recent photos. Yeah, you got to do that because nobody wants to, be attracted to your profile. Your picture is like from the 1990s, and that's just not a good look. Be recent. Also include a full body shot so everybody knows what you really look like. Write an honest and interesting bio. Don't sit up there and be making stuff up. Be honest about who you are, what you're interested in, and be interesting, because there's nothing worse than looking over a profile that's barely 3 sentences. Highlight your interests and hobbies, because that could be the connection point for us. I'm reading your bio. I see you like certain activities. I like the same activities. I do find you attractive, so that might be another connection point that we have. And be specific on what you're looking for. Don't be out here saying that you want something serious when you really don't. And don't be, sitting up here saying you want to be friends when you just want something casual. Be honest on what you're looking for. Now, of course, we got some of the don'ts you don't need to do on your dating profile. Number 1, don't be using no outdated, heavy filtered photos. Let me tell you something. That is one of the things that technology has really gone overboard with on how you can alter your look with filters. I already spoke on using an outdated photo. But when you have a heavily filtered photo, how are you going to show up on the date? You can't put that app on your face in person. So don't use all those heavily filtered photos. Please don't lie and exaggerate about yourself, because eventually I'm going to find out. Because, my first red flag is when they go overboard explaining stuff, bragging about stuff. I'm like, okay, he lying. Because you're doing too much lying. Don't do that, and don't try to impress somebody that you just now meeting, because you may actually impress them not to deal with you anymore. Please avoid negative or vague descriptions. You just like Oscar the Grouch putting up a dating profile. Can you imagine what his profile would look like? That's what you don't need to put up. Being just, I got this. Look, if you in that kind of mood, why are you even here? Now, the next challenge is choosing the right site. You want to make sure you use the right dating app, the right dating site, and you got to be specific in what you're looking for. That plays a big role on which site you may decide to go ahead and set up a profile on. So I got an overview of some of the most popular dating websites and their target demographics. The first one is Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. Those are for young folks. You know what I mean? 18 to 35. That's a quick, casual connection. They do the swipe feature. Most women on Bumble initiate the conversations, and the Hinge app, I believe, is, designed to be deleted, focusing on meaningful relationships. Hinge don't sound long-term to me. Just the name itself don't sound like that's going to be anything long-term, but it's out there. The next two are Match and eHarmony. They attract the older demographic, 30 plus. They're seeking the serious long-term relationships, and you have to really give them a lot of details on your profile. It's a vast user base, and eHarmony uses more of a comprehensive questionnaire to do more of a compatibility search for you. So just have some time on your hands if you're going to fill out any one of those dating apps. But you also got niche dating sites. Niches are like, they're catering to specific interests and specific demographics. Like they got silver singles. So that's for the seniors that are looking for companionship and relationships. You also have ones that are faith-based like Christian Mingle. Hell, they had farmers.com. I don't even know what happened to that damn website. They used to run that goddamn Farmers Love Connection app so much.
You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
City folks just don't get it.
I've never seen those commercials no more. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm glad they're gone. You have faith-based apps. Like, are you Christian? Are you Muslim? So find a niche site if there's a certain lifestyle that you like or certain interests. And, you can just see if you make a connection on there. Now, once you select the dating app or website that you're going to use, make sure that it's suiting your age and your relationship goals. But you want to do a couple of things when you get started there. Identify your goals. You got to determine whether you're looking for something casual, or you're looking for something serious, or you're looking for that sneaky link. What you doing? Make up your mind and be honest about it. Also consider your age group. There are different platforms popular with different age demographics. So depending on what you're looking for, that can be a better prediction for the compatibility you get. So make sure the age factor is out there. Make sure you research the user base and their features. This is like, the unique features of each platform to ensure it aligns with your preferences. Is it easier to message people? Is it easier to be searching for something that you're looking for? And make sure you also read the reviews and testimonies of the customers. Just like you go on Amazon and you read how many stars they have and what kind of rating they gave the product, same thing with the dating website. You got to investigate what the users are saying about this site. Which unique features are offered on each of these platforms. You got to see something that's going to be aligning with your preferences. And you also want to make sure the platform offers safety because, some sites can get shut down when they got too many booger bears getting through the window. Try multiple platforms. You may want to experience with different apps just to see which one you're most comfortable with because every app is not for everybody. So if you find a site that fits your compatibility, it's easy to access, and they got good quality prospects on there, then go with what you like. So you're dating now online, and you want to look for a good dating prospect. So let's go over the checklist of these key traits that need to be in profiles. Look for these things. Clear and recent photos. That's, honest, confident photos. No filtered photos. No old photos. They will have a detailed and genuine bio. That shows that they put effort into their bio. It's giving you some better insight on their personality and their interests. Because if I just see somebody, it's just a bland description, you're not telling me nothing about yourself, I'm going to keep it moving. Consistent information. You want to align between the photos, the bio, the interest, and put all those together. Do they match? Really, because see, you could be putting up pictures of a particular sport, like you like bungee jumping, but I don't see no rope on your back, but you on the corner with a 40 ounce in your mouth. What? That don't go together. So make it make sense. Make sure you look at that consistency. And do they have a positive tone? If they have a positive outlook on life, do they have a positive attitude? Ain't nothing worse than trying to get to know somebody and they are just, their outlook, their attitude, just no, I don't want to deal with that. So what are the red flags you need to avoid when you see them in the profile? Several key factors here. So make sure you be on the lookout for these things in someone's profile that you find an interest in. They are incomplete and vague. They, like I said again, no effort. You not let me know who you are, what you do, just no indication. I can't tell anything about you from your profile. Too good to be true. They got this excessively flattering profile. It's just inconsistent information all over the place. It's something different between what you're saying and the photos you're taking. It's that kind of formula. You could be flattering in the inbox, but at the same time, when we're talking, you a whole different vibe. I don't like that. Pushy or aggressive. You can always tell in the profile if they're using, number one, any profanity. Even though I curse up a storm, but I'm not cursing in my profile. I wouldn't even want to deal with anybody that would put that in their profile. That's just not a good first impression. If I get comfortable around you, you might hear a little shit, little ass, here and there, but that's about it. But not no dating profile. So that's, potential disrespect in the works. If you don't respect yourself to, put up a decent profile or you have a genuine interest in meeting somebody, then that's just something that is leading to potential disrespect on my end, and I'm not dealing with it. The importance of shared interests and values. Very important when you're trying to link up with somebody. So look for common activities and hobbies. you can build a foundation on something that you guys both enjoy, and they're both experiences that you guys enjoy. Hey, enjoy them together. Do you have aligned life goals and values? This is really important for long-term compatibility and relationship stability. Because if I don't think you should enter a relationship without any goals. That's just the way I think. Because there's no point in me being with you if we just being here to be with each other just for the sake of it. You should have a mutual life goals that you guys would like to achieve as a couple or in a relationship. Mutual respect for differences. That's going to ensure that we have a healthy and respectful relationship dynamic, because I would hate to see somebody get involved with something and they're just so into it, but I don't respect the fact that they're into it, and vice versa. Who wants to deal with that? You don't want to hear them complain. You doing that again? I don't know how you like that so much. Because it's something I like. You don't necessarily have to like it, but I don't want to hear you, dissing me because I do. That's what I'm talking about. Now, how can you read between the lines on some of these profile descriptions? Because you got to pay real close attention to these details, and they usually fall in between the lines. So pay attention to the language. Look for genuine and thoughtful descriptions rather than cliches. Now, there's tips for reading between the lines, because you do have to read between the lines on these dating profiles. Everything is not going to be on there, so learning how to read between the lines is also a good safety net. The first thing you want to do is pay attention to language. You're looking for the genuine and thoughtful descriptions rather than cliches. They're not just impersonal about their experiences. So if they put a little bit more on that, yeah, that's definitely a plus. Cues about their personality. That could be their interests. It could be their hobbies. It can reveal deeper aspects of somebody's character. So how deep are they into their hobby? Is it something they're very passionate about? Those things do matter. Excessive focus. If they are excessively focusing on specific traits, achievements, that might be a big thing of insecurity. I'm sorry. When I find that you are just over braggadocious, especially when you're trying to get to know somebody, you're very superficial or you're very insecure. That's just my walk away with it. Consistency across the profile. It's important to see consistent details in their bio and their interests and their photos. It needs to, it's like you're sewing together a blanket and you got to have all these pieces fit to make this blanket. So that's where it needs to be when it comes to a dating profile. So you found the right match and you're getting a chance to start to interact with your match. So let's see about us messaging each other. And if you're going to start messaging each other, you definitely got to take a couple tips on that as well. Be sure to personalize your greeting. You got to mention something specific that you saw on their profile. To me, when a person responds to me and they respond to me with something I put in my profile, that lets me know they're paying attention. They've taken a note of something. So that's like showing genuine interest. Be polite and friendly. Start off with a warm, positive tone. Not over aggressive, being pushy. Just be laid back, warm, and friendly. And be sure to ask open-ended questions. I hate when people are trying to get to know you and all they ask is yes and no questions. No, ask questions that provide a little bit more detail about what you want to know about a person. Like, what are your traditions? Do you have any relationship goals? Just stuff that's going to go beyond yes or no. Now, keeping the conversation interesting is also another challenge you may have when you start first talking to somebody. And there's different ways you can engage in conversation without, racking your brain too hard. You can, first of all, share your stories and experiences. Make the conversation more engaging by sharing about relevant personal experiences, any type of things you guys may have in common. Those are good, conversations to have because you may have similar stories, similar experiences, or learn something new. Also, keep the questions balanced with the answers. You got to keep that conversation flowing by asking questions and also sharing about yourself. I hate one-sided conversations. I'll never forget, I went on a date with a guy years ago. He took me out to dinner and he just yacked the whole dinner. And it would be different if I was included in the yak, but no, he was yakking about himself. It was just like, dude, I'm ready to go because you're not even showing me an interest that you have any interest in me. Show enthusiasm and humor. I love a positive attitude. I do. I love a positive attitude. I love light humor. And that can make the whole interaction so much more enjoyable. There's nothing worse than sitting there and you trying to get a little chuckle, a little laugh, lighting things up, and they just sitting there like a toad. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you even here? So after you guys chat a little bit in the box, you may have done a couple of video calls. You may have even talked on the telephone. Now, if you're going to go from the DMs to meeting in person, there's a couple of things you need to do when you get ready to meet each other in person. The first thing you need to do, you need to gauge some interest and comfort level. There's no point in meeting up with nobody you feel uncomfortable with. It isn't. Don't force yourself to do it. If you do not feel comfortable, if you're not vibing this person, absolutely do not do it. And because you want both of you guys to feel comfortable. Who wants to show up to something they really don't want to be at and they're not really in their best space? So make sure you guys are going to both be comfortable with meeting each other. And also, do something casual and definitely in a public setting. Meeting in a safe space is a neutral place like a coffee shop, a park. Starbucks is a easy one because you can get you a frappuccino, and by the time you get midway, you're going to see if you want to go on to another level or you just want to bounce. Be clear and direct. Clearly express your interest in meeting and proposal for a specific time and place. Don't, just beat around the bush about it. Say, okay, we should meet here at this time. I'll be wearing this and I'll see you on this particular side of it. That's very clear and simple. So you got to be direct and clear when you're setting that up. Importance of maintaining respectful and clear communication. That's respecting boundaries. You got to be mindful of their boundaries and they need to be mindful of yours. So if we're not respecting boundaries, we're not going out. Be honest and transparent. Make sure you communicate your interests and expectations clearly. Okay? Do that clearly. Don't be out here saying you're looking for something serious where that's not really where you are at. You're just in it for, maybe a casual meet and greet, maybe a link up. Be honest about it so we won't have no problems. And practice active listening. Please show a genuine interest and respect by paying attention to what is being said to you and vice versa. Practice active listening. Oh, Lord have mercy. There's nothing worse than somebody you're trying to engage with, but they won't let you engage. You know what I mean? You got to show a genuine interest and respect and paying attention to what they are saying so you can respond accordingly. Because you can always tell when you're talking and they half-ass listening and, you asking, what you think. Oh, yeah. Oh, because you weren't listening. You were not listening. Get up out of here. So how can you avoid scams and stay safe when you're participating in online dating? Some of the common online dating scams, they take place on a regular basis, even off dating sites. But if you are on a dating site, there are more potentials of being scammed. And I'm going to tell you why, because people are looking for companionship, people are looking for love, and usually they'll fall for somebody real hard and they get suckered in. So a couple of things you want to look for when you're doing online dating is catfishing. Those are fake profiles. They're using some stolen photo and false information. So you can look for the inconsistencies and also do those video chat calls so you can verify their identity. I have been catfished. I'm not going to lie. I met this guy and we had good rapport on the phone and we were talking and I thought he was really handsome. And we decided to meet up. It is a completely different person. No, so I'm like, okay, maybe that was an old photo. No, this is a different person. Needless to say, I made a U-turn. So yeah, catfishing happens. And them financial scams. This is when they requested for money or financial assistance. Just be leery of anyone asking for money, especially when it's early in the conversation. I had a car wreck. My mama's sick. I need fresh draws. I don't care what it is. My daddy always told my sister and me, if a man asks you for $1, run. Okay, for real. Finishing scams. That's when they send you these links to these websites that are fake and they start asking you for all this personal information. Don't do it. Because see, why are you sending me a link? I'm supposed to be talking to you. So I'm not clicking on any suspicious link. And you also don't want to click the link if you decide to do it anyway. Don't put your personal information on there. That's how they scam you. They get everything they need from that website you have voluntarily filled out, and you wonder why your checking account's in the negative. Now, again, you've already should have verified who this person is before y'all meet up. Like I said, again, check the photos, do the video calls, and look for the consistent details. So you also want to look at interactions on the first date. Keep your personal information private. Don't be sharing your address, your workplace, your mama's address, and no other sensitive information. I will never forget, I knew a girl online who had just started dating this dude. They didn't work out, but for some reason, he had her mama's phone number and blowing up her mama's phone. I'm like, why the hell has he got your mama's number? How does that happen? But see, stuff like that, don't be giving that information out. Meet in public places. Again, make sure it's populated. It's a location that you guys are familiar with, is well lit. So you may want to do that the first few dates, just until you guys get comfortable with each other. Make sure you inform a friend. Let a friend, a family member know where your ass is going to be at. Okay? What plans do you have? Your location. What time are you supposed to be at that location? Who are you meeting with? First and last name. I need this information. Because I'm telling you, I cannot go out on a date without all that checklist going by my sister. She needs to know who, what, when, and where. So that's how we do it. Definitely inform somebody. Use your own transportation. If it is possible, please have a car to your disposal, because just in case the date not only is not of your interest, and if things go awry, if something happens, you need to have your own form of transportation to be able to assure your transportation back to your crib. Now, sometimes when you're dating, you also got to learn to trust your instinct. And sometimes we don't, because we're trying to find, somebody to be compatible with. But you got to, number one, listen to your gut. If you feel something's off, if they talking too good, if it's too good to be true, trust your instincts. Trust those instincts. And then you want to proceed with caution, because some reason your body is telling you something ain't right. Don't feel pressured. Take your time. Don't rush into anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, whether it be meeting up or becoming intimate. Anything of that nature you ain't cool with, it's a no-go. Report suspicious activity. You want to report suspicious behavior to the dating platform, because it could just be a regular creep and they got a normalcy of doing this kind of crap. And, consider blocking them too, because if they continuously harassing you, just get your peace of mind and block them. There are several concerns when it comes to online dating. We discussed catfishing. That's the act of someone creating a fake profile to deceive others. Also, your privacy issues, sharing too much personal information with strangers. Also, safety. That's, meeting someone in a safe spot, making sure they're not a potentially dangerous person. And definitely misrepresentation. People not being truthful about their age, their appearance, or their intentions. So I put that list in my chat group on my Instagram channel. And I've got some great feedback from all these options. Now, with all those options, a majority of the room chose all the above. Yeah, you should be concerned with all the above. Catfishing, privacy, safety, misrepresentation. These are definitely things you should be concerned with when it comes to online dating. So what did we learn in this episode of online dating? That, it's changed traditional dating. It's making connections with people more accessible and more convenient. It's shifting from traditional meetups to digital interactions. You could do these on websites. You could do these on apps. We went over, setting up your dating profile, making sure that your photos are clear, they're recent, and make sure your bio is honest. Don't lie. Be honest and be engaging. Highlight your interests and specifics about what you're looking for, and don't lie about what you're looking for. If you just want to, hit the skins, say, hey, I'm just here to hit skins, so they can make up their mind if they want to do that with you or not. Avoid outdated, heavily filtered photos and exaggerated claims. I'm more big on the exaggerated claims and the filtered photos. If you feel you need to alter yourself that bad, then you don't need to be dating. Make sure you choose the right dating app. We got these different ones for different niches, different ages, different interests. So find the one that fits the niche that you're looking for to make a better connection. When you do find somebody that you're having a connection with, make sure that they are a good dating prospect. Look for those genuine profiles, the clear photos, the detailed bios, and avoid those profiles that are just vague. Now, another big walkaway is avoiding scams and staying safe. So please be aware of the common scams like catfishing, the financial scams, the pinching. Verify the person is who they say they are. Make sure you do a reverse photo search. You could do that in Google. I know I used to watch the TV show Catfish all the time, and they would kill me taking a person's picture off a dating profile and dragging it over to Google image search, and you would see this same picture pop up on several different sites. So, make sure you do that just for your own safety, and make sure you guys have video calls so you can see who you're talking to. Make sure to follow safety tips like, meeting in public areas, informing friends of your plans, and using your own transportation, and trust your instincts. If you ain't feeling right about something, you won't have to explain it. Go ahead and wrap that date up. So I think following these guidelines, you can enhance your own online dating experience, you can stay safe, and you can increase your chance of finding meaningful connections. Now, usually I give you guys a teaser around this time about what I'm going to talk about on the next episode. I have nothing to tease you with right now, but it will be another episode. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, and make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at Talk to Me Michele. And I thank you guys again for supporting me on Buy Me a Coffee. You can support the show and get great merchandise on buymeacoffee.com/Talk to Me Michele. So until next episode, I'll see you then.
Talk to me, Michele.
Are you looking to increase your brand awareness and gain new prospects? Our audience would love to hear from you. The Talk to Me Michele podcast offers sponsor packages designed to put your brand in front of our engaged and loyal listeners. Every time we get a partnering with us means your message reaches a dedicated audience that trusts our recommendations. It's a fantastic way to build brand awareness and connect with potential customers. As our podcast continues to grow, so does your opportunity to reach more listeners. Our tailored sponsorship packages ensure you get the best value and maximum exposure. Become a sponsor today and be part of a vibrant and dynamic podcast community. Let's work together to achieve your marketing goals. Ready to get started? Email us at talktomemichele@gmail.com to learn more about our sponsorship opportunities. Thank you for considering a partnership with our podcast. We look forward to promoting your brand.